It's the half-quarter past late night talk show, and here's your host, Bryant Heatherly. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's show. Our show tonight is sponsored by Clowns. We're not always funny. And our guests tonight are Mr. Universe contestant Tevin Williams and psychologist Bobby Falk. Let's just start off with a little bit of international stuff that's going on. A Nigerian scientist somehow proves that gay marriage is impossible using magnets. His reasoning is that only opposites attract. And I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure now I know where that money I've been sending to that Nigerian prince is going. A new drug discovered in Arizona has been found to turn the skin of users eerily similar to crocodile scales. How are we sure that it wasn't made by a one-armed scientist trying to make limbs regrow? I just hope that the new crocodile people aren't afraid of teenagers dressed in spider-themed tights. Recent studies show that everything in your kitchen can kill you. I'm looking at you, Knife Set. The studies show that if you don't clean enough after handling raw foods, you can get severely sick. What better way to teach your disgusting roommate a lesson about not doing the dishes? Space tourism is up and running. Soon, the first people to pay to visit space will be blasting off. The crew, headed by a man named Dave, expects a successful launch and return after orbiting Earth and completely. Dave was quoted as hoping for the tourism to start NASA's space funding, and the computer is quoted as saying, "I'm sorry, Dave, I'm afraid I can't do that." A writer in New York has revealed that she's made a pact with her boyfriend in that she has to make a sandwich a day for 300 days in order for him to give her an engagement ring. I think she's a keeper. Any woman who can serve her man. I just hope that with all that time in the kitchen, he's getting a new kind of sandwich every single day. An Italian card shark has recently been arrested for using an infrared contact lens to win at poker games. It just surprises me that we have the technology to create contact lenses to allow humans to see in infrared, and the first we hear about it is that it was used for cheating at gambling. Way to sort out your priorities, humanity. Grand Theft Auto 5 was released not too long ago and made $800 million on launch day. Only about a fourth of the sales went to preteen boys that got their parents to buy it for them. And the only way Rockstar could have made more money was by using the techniques in-game to construct elaborate heists and, yes, jump motorcycles from jumbo jets. The game came out just in time because the next generation of consoles, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, are set to release in mid-November. A stash of precious jewels was found atop a glacier in France this week. The gems were found in a bag labeled Made in India and were a mix of sapphires, rubies, and emeralds. The only logical explanation I can see is that Santa must have accidentally dropped them coming back from his last heist in Asia. We'll be right back after this commercial, folks, with Tevin Williams, Mr. Universe contestant. See you then.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all working with United Way for a million little reasons. The kids of our communities, to ensure their academic success all the way to graduation day. You see, it takes about 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a kid becoming one or the other could be a professional athlete, or it could be you. Studies showed the earlier we get to kids, the better their chances. So become a United Way volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, and make a difference in the life of a child, for the life of that child.
Give. Advocate.
Volunteer. Live united. Join your favorite NFL players. Take the pledge. Go to unitedway.org.
So, Dr. Mustache, why do they call you Dr. Mustache?
Yeah, well, what do you want?
I'm a doctor and my last name is Mustache.
Oh, sorry.
It's French.
I was going to ask if that was Danish, but you explained it's French, so, enchanté.
Whatever, man.
Who is it? That's funny. I don't remember ordering any room service. Nice hotel. Let's see what I got. What? Wait, where am I?
Oh, shut up, Johnny, and tell me where the money is.
Money? Johnny? Wait, I don't know a Johnny. I'm Dr. Frederick Mustache III.
Wait, what room did you get him from?
Room 343.
You idiot! Johnny Outlaw stays in room 434. Untie him.
Does this mean I can go?
Yes, you can.
He's not that way.
Tacos.
Whoa.
Tacos. Now introducing Dr. Mustache. I'd like to say, run!
Money. Glorious money. Ah, 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 ah.
All right. I know this isn't any fun to talk about, but we should. Okay. So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice.
And I'll try to get the generator going without any gas.
Oh, let's not forget the cell phones, which probably won't work.
Right.
And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
Well, I think we couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Welcome back to the half quarter past late night talk show. Our first guest of the evening is Mr. Tevin Williams, a Mr. Universe contestant. Let's welcome him on down. Thank you so very much for coming and being on the show, Tevin. I've been following your progress through your online blogs and such.
It's nice.
Are you excited to be here?
I'm very excited to be here.
Are you a long time watcher?
Yeah, I've been watching the Brian Heasley show ever since I was a
Young boy. Yeah. I can imagine. So tell us a little bit about bodybuilding. How'd you get your start in that?
Well, bodybuilding, it started when I was real young, probably like 12. When I first seen a weight bench, I was wondering what it was, and I seen somebody do it, and I was like, oh, that looks nice. So I tried it myself. I couldn't do much at the time, but I just like the feeling of picking it up, then putting it back down.
What made you say, I'm going to be Mr. Universe?
Well, it came to, it came to my mind one day. I said I want to do something with my life. So I decided to build some muscle and compete and see if I had the best physique among other people.
The best physique. How do you define best physique?
Best physique, more feathers, more striations in your muscles, leanness, low body fat.
Can you explain that in terms of for the home viewers that don't know what that means?
Well, basically, feathers, if you get real lean and your muscles are real, let's say, big or whatever, it start to have little, you can start to see the visions of the muscles. Like, for example, the shoulder has like 5 of them. You can see the visions in the shoulder muscles. That's when you get low body fat, get lean or whatever.
All right. What typically goes on at these competitions behind the scenes? Because I know you guys are working out and trying to look your best. What goes on behind the scenes, the interactions between the people?
Most of the people are real friendly. We don't wish bad things among each other. We just encourage each other to do their best.
Okay. The last time I heard about Mr. Universe, last time I kept up with it was when Arnold Schwarzenegger, when it was him and the Incredible Hulk against each other. Have you met either of them?
I met Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's a nice guy.
Well, tell us a little bit about him.
He's massive. I wish I could be like him. I have a poster on my wall of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Before I go to sleep, and every morning I wake up, I might lick it. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. But it's a nice poster.
Well, Tevin, I've got this little game I like to play with my guests, where the audience writes down some questions, and I give you a yes, no, maybe not, or maybe option, and then we just have you explain a little bit about your answers.
Okay.
If you don't mind, take these. And then question number 1, do you eat bugs?
I have not, so I would say no.
You've never eaten a bug?
Never eaten a bug.
On purpose, or?
Well, if you count the accident, yes, flies.
Do you ever want to eat a bug?
I have not wanted to, but I was always curious about it.
Okay. What is the one thing you cannot live without that is not your toenails?
The gym.
The gym?
Yes.
I can see that. Getting your gains, pumping irons.
It's not it's just the feeling.
Have you ever eaten a broomstick?
I have not. I eaten a broomstick, the part at the bottom of it. Whatever it's called. The broom straw.
What'd that taste like?
It's just straw.
It's just straw.
Mm-hmm.
What's a typical wait line at Taco Bell for you?
A wait line at Taco Bell between 5 and 10 minutes.
5 and 10 minutes? Why is that? Do you not just go like, hey, give me food, I'm heading up to the front of the line?
No, I'm afraid I can't do that through the microphone.
Oh, you don't go inside?
Oh, no. I'm not an inside type of person.
If someone sees me, they'll know.
Yeah. I'm on my boat right now. I can't let nobody in. I can't let anybody see me until I'm fit, lean.
Yeah. Is it difficult being the youngest Mr. Universe candidate to date?
Yes, it's difficult in some ways.
Do they treat you any different?
Yeah, they treat me like I'm younger, like I'm more immature than everybody else. Don't think I'm as serious as I'm so young to the sport.
What does your diet consist of? That is something I think our audience would be curious about.
Well, the paleo diet, which is meats and greens, kind of like what the caveman ate back in the day.
So you hunt elephants and pick up whatever veggies you can find?
Yeah, just veggies.
I heard that The Rock has his own food things and he has cheat days. Do you ever have a cheat day?
I have a cheat day. I have a cheat meal actually. It's one meal every week.
What does that normally consist of?
I go crazy. McDonald's. 5 like McDoubles. I go crazy. Stuff my face. I'm ashamed of myself when I eat that, but it's good at the end of the day.
All right. Well, Tevin, thank you so much for coming on the show.
It was a pleasure.
Look forward to having you again one day after you win.
Yeah.
If we could just stick around right after this commercial break. We'll be back with Mr. Robert Falk, a famous psychologist. Don't go away.
I wish I was in school. If only I had a math test today. I'll stay after class.
I'll clean the chalkboard.
I wish I was in school.
School ends, but free lunches for your kids don't have to. Find your local Feeding America food bank for help.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
but it would be safe to keep your distance until the no secret that laughter makes you smile. Reliable sources say that chicken soup has found their way out of this year's dangerous, but it will be safe to they are returned.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Welcome to the final part of the half-quarter past late night talk show. Our final guest of the evening is psychologist Dr. Robert Falk. Let's join me in welcoming him on down. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Falk. Do you mind if I call you Bobby?
Not really, no. Yeah, I prefer that, actually.
Okay.
I don't like the whole doctor thing. Yeah.
So what made you... this is the first time actually having a doctor on the program. The last scientist we had ended up being less than reputable. So if we can get... What?
I said, oh my.
Yeah. If we can get a little bit of background information on you, tell us about you.
About me? Well, I'm a hick. I came from, 10, 20 miles out Granby and, on the state line between Alabama and Mississippi. And at some point I decided that, hey, my grandmother always said it takes one to know one, so I might as well study crazy people.
So is there any special kind of crazy people you study, or is it just general, you're crazy, let's examine your brain?
Well, after a while I figured out everybody's crazy. They just don't know it. So, it's fun.
Something like, do you make people sit down on a couch, offer them cocaine while talking about their mothers, or?
Not cocaine so much as large amounts of sweet Mexican black tar heroin, but,
So tell us a day in the life of a psychologist.
You wake up about 2 in the afternoon. Figure out what day it is eventually, head over to the clinic, see if anybody needs help, and try to help them out.
What's your favorite mental thing?
Mental thing?
Yes.
I like brains.
Do you like trains?
No, I don't like trains, planes, or automobiles.
Okay, Mr. Falk, Mr. Dr. Robert Bobby Falk. I see you're decked out in some Irish attire. Are you Irish?
Partially.
Partially. Do you have anything to say about them or potatoes?
Them or potatoes are delicious. Irishmen, not so much.
So have you ever eaten an Irishman?
No. I went after one with a fork and a knife one time, and we're not going to talk about that, actually.
Okay. Oh, have you ever been anywhere outside of the U.S. to do your psychologia?
Are you trying to speak German there?
That was Spanish, because it's my favorite Spanish word.
Oh, okay. I mean, I've been to Canada. That's about it.
Did you do anything in Canada, or was it just a vacation?
It was more of we just crossed the state line just to cross the line between, America and Canada, just to say I'd been there. Because all we did was go to a sub-sandwich shop where it was really un-Canadian because the guy was kind of a jerk behind the counter. He got mad because we gave him American money.
Instead of loonies?
Mm-hmm.
And toonies.
Getting back over the border was fun too because, we still had like a half a sandwich left and a bottle of Diet Coke. And, nobody was cool with that. All the border people was like, nope, can't bring anything from Canada in here. I'm like, it's just a sandwich. What are you doing?
Do you have any books out or that I can plug for you?
No, not yet.
Are you working on one?
I mean, I don't like to talk about my literary endeavors.
Okay.
I publish under a pseudonym, so.
What is the pseudonym?
That would ruin the point of the pseudonym.
Okay, Mr. Snicket.
Hey, now.
I've got the same thing we did with the last guest. If you were paying attention, I know you were in the green room. I also heard about a very interesting rock, paper, scissors game that went on.
Oh, it was intense.
Just like camping. All right, you got your basic yes, no, maybe, maybe not.
All right.
And keep in mind, these questions were written by the audience, so I have no idea where they're going to go.
Okay.
But let's start with the first one. Is that your real hair color?
Maybe.
Maybe. You care to elaborate?
Well, see, I honestly don't know because, see, when I was born, my hair was sort of like a bleach blonde color. And it stayed that way all the way up until like last year where I dyed my hair sort of, I was trying to dye it black. And it ended up sort of a cherry red color. And then when it faded out, it was this color instead of its original color. So I think this is now my natural color, possibly.
Possibly. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could Chuck Norris?
Nothing, because Chuck Norris just wouldn't allow it.
Okay. Interesting.
So that's a no, I guess.
It's a no. When's the last time you had pie? No. The 3.14 kind or the cherry kind?
I don't like pie.
You don't like pie? Who doesn't like pie?
Me.
Why?
Because.
¿Por qué?
No hablo español.
But why not pie, man? It's ooey gooey.
Why you gotta push the subject?
I think our audience would like to know why someone despises pie.
Okay.
Okay.
I sit in the cake camp on the cake war.
Frosting versus filling. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
You mean like a musical instrument? I mean, what kind of question is that?
I don't know. Ask the audience. Can you phone a friend?
I don't know. Can I?
I prefer you didn't. This isn't Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. This show is nonprofit. You avoiding the question,
I mean,
though?
well, mayonnaise could be an instrument of destruction, but an instrument of music, I think not.
Okay. What is your favorite vegan's least favorite food?
My favorite vegan's least favorite food? Well, I only know one vegan that I know of. That would be someone over in the philosophy department. Go figure. And I guess his least favorite food would be T-bone steak because we had an argument about that the other day.
So that's your favorite vegan's least favorite food?
T-bone steak, yeah.
If you could go anywhere in the world for under 36 cents, what would your last name be?
That's a hard question. It's hard not to be racist with that question, too, isn't it?
I'm not sure. You're the psychologist.
I think my last name would be Heatherly.
Why you gotta be cruel? Okay. If two trains are leaving the station at 36 miles an hour and Tim is drinking orange juice on the first train and Sally is dancing a waltz on the second train with Joshua, who has set his pants on fire, have you had any pets?
Well, in that case, no, because if Joshua set his pants on fire, he wouldn't have been able to smuggle the large amount of hedgehogs that I ordered from Mexico.
Hedgehogs?
Yes.
Why hedgehogs?
Because they're prickly, like me.
Do you throw them at people?
Yes.
Hedgehogs of mass destruction.
Dangerous animals. You ever seen a hedgehog? They're so cute. You get near them, and they prick you.
The only hedgehog I've seen was blue and just ran right by me.
Some of them are rude like that. Don't even stop to say hey.
I'm pretty sure it had a mutated fox with it too. I think that thing had two tails.
Oh. You were on some good stuff that night.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Falk.
No problem, sir.
Thank you all for watching the show. You can contact us at JAGTV, something other email address, or you can call us at 1-800-855-8675-309. If you have any questions or concerns about the show, you can order tickets online at www.thisisn'tarealemailaddress.com. will join us next week when our guest is Dennis Rodman talking about 50 Shades of Basketball. Thank you and good night.
We're not always funny.